Well, hello, and how are you doing? I just need to finish this finish, wow, finish writing this message to my brother-in-law. There you go. Just wanted to let him know I was starting a live stream and that I'll talk to him later. Hey, Steve, how you doing? I'm not too bad. This evening I am. Why is that not adjusting? There we go. I'm not too bad this evening. I'm a little tired. Um, it's been it was kind of a strange weekend. Saturday did a live stream from the pub with my podcast partner, my buddy, and that was good. It was a lot of fun. And took it easy Saturday night. Watched some hockey. Went to bed early. And Sunday when I woke up, felt like I was hit by a truck, thanks to seasonal allergies. And being that it's springtime, the pollen is. It seems every spring it's just record levels. And as a result, I'm suffering horribly at the moment. And as soon as I'm done this, I'll be taking an antihistamine and going for a little lie down because sinus pressure makes me rather unpleasant. And I don't want to be unpleasant. It's the last thing I want to be. Well, not the last thing, mind you, but I certainly don't want to be unpleasant. It has been a very rough allergy season. And the last couple of years mine they'd been diminishing, but they seem to be sort of coming back this year. Now, that being said, it's not as bad as it once was, like, say, 10 or 15 years ago when I was effectively stuffed up for about 3 months and was always miserable with a red nose because it was constantly being blown and nonstop sinus pain. I ate enough Dristan to probably keep that company in business, and it was just so I could cope to get through the workday. These days it's not so bad because I'm no longer on construction sites, so that makes a big difference. When you have a sinus headache and you have to listen to the sounds of a construction site for 12 hours, it's really not very pleasant. But here I am, sitting here in my creaky office chair. I wish it didn't creak so much. I only bought this last December. It's one of those mesh ones that breathes well. I got it on sale. It wasn't a Herman Miller. Those are way more money than I can afford. This is a Staples special, but it has a lumbar support and a adjustable headrest. But I have a neck massage thing that I flip over. Anyway, I'm babbling, and that's not the reason we came here now, is it? For me to babble. Came here to talk about how allergies can affect one's mental health. And in my case, what it does to me is it creates a lot of moments where I just don't sleep well. And poor sleep diminishes one's mental health. Because let's face it, running on 2-3 hours sleep a night really, it's not healthy physically and emotionally. Last Thursday, I was able to get exactly 1 hour of sleep. So Friday, I was pretty tired and made it through the workday, no problem. Things went quite smoothly, all things considered. Usually I go to the pub on Friday to meet with my buddies, and because I'm not drinking right now, I'm training. I had a couple of Heineken Double Zero, and they taste exactly like a Heineken. And I'm not a big Heineken fan per se, but if you're going to have a non-alcoholic beer by a company like that, you would hope it would taste like what it's supposed to, and it does. So kudos to Heineken on creating a good product. I prefer the Guinness Zero, but it's not available here in Canada yet. So, hey Danielle, how you doing? So yeah, I had 2 pints, bottles because they only sell it in 330 milliliter bottles, which is, I'm used to it, a 500 ml pint. 2 bottles of that, and I was extremely tired from only getting 1 hour sleep the night before, and my allergies were kicking my butt, so it was like, gents, I was there for an hour and then came home and lied down on the couch and then proceeded to fall asleep for about 3 hours, which I think helped. And then I got up and contributed to my buddy James's podcast. He's got a show following this one here at 9:30, so I've got a hard exit at 9:30 this evening. He has a special guest interviewing on his channel. It's Blackballed if you want to check it out. It's an interview show. It's very good. He's really good at his job, and he gets some great guests and has some really compelling interviews. This past Saturday, actually, he interviewed Noam Chomsky. He had him for 60 minutes. And I don't know if you're familiar with Noam Chomsky, but he is one of the leading intellects of our time. And things he talked about 20 years ago are coming true today. He said, this is what's going to happen if we don't change our ways. And the man's right almost every single time. So anyway, so lack of sleep takes its toll, and poor sleep because of the, that whole, you can see, hang on a sec, I'll just do this. You can see the hockey games on in the background there. The sound is off, though. I'm not paying attention to it right now. But Marvin Minsky, I'll check him out. Thank you. The thing about lack of sleep, it really affects your daily ability to process information correctly. And as a result, you can be a little grumpy. That's what I'm trying to say. Am I out of focus? I can't tell if I'm in and out of focus or not there. You tend to be a little grumpy and cranky and short-tempered, but not only that, you become very forgetful. And all of these are signs of depression, but adding lack of sleep on top of that only makes it much worse. And then I've noticed, actually it was an ex-girlfriend who noticed and pointed out to me. She said, when you get very tired, or when you have a lack of sleep, when you've worked too much and haven't slept enough and hadn't taken enough downtime away from work, that's when your anxiety starts to peak. Now, I didn't notice this because I wasn't looking for the pattern. I just would notice that all of a sudden my brain was a mess. But I'm thankful for her for pointing that out to me, because when I start to feel the anxiety, it's like, okay, go and try and lie down. Hi, Jen. How you doing? Try and lie down. Try and get some rest. Sorry, Danielle, I meant to reach out to you yesterday, but I wasn't in good shape. I went for a walk, picked up some groceries. When I came back, I was in the middle of a full-blown allergy. I won't say attack, but I could barely see at that point, so I took some antihistamines, and then that knocked me out for a few hours, but I was clear-headed later. But I'll reach out to you after this evening. I'll send you a message, and we'll have a chat. So yeah, my Sunday was not the best Sunday, and I had plans. I wanted to get some things done, but when you're just not sleeping, you're tired, and your body is telling you to lie down and take a rest. It's what I did, and it I oddly enough felt a little guilty about it. It wasn't like I was missing out on beautiful weather, because yesterday was not very pleasant. But I had some things I wanted to do, and there was some people I wanted to see, and I didn't have the energy. And it's difficult for me to admit, but when I get fatigued like that, that's when that old dark beast of depression just creeps in. Tells you how worthless you are, and Well, things will never get better when you know none of that is true, but, it's difficult when that happens. You just got to roll with it as much as you can and remind yourself that depression is a liar. It lies to you. It doesn't tell you the truth. It tells you terrible things to mess with your own mind, and it's your own mind telling you these things. That's the weird part. I wish I knew a way to fix it. I mean, the medication makes a tremendous difference. I don't wake up in despair. I don't dread getting up in the morning. I don't hate myself anymore. I also don't think I don't deserve happiness. I don't think that. I believe I do deserve a right to be happy. I do deserve to be loved. I do deserve to have love. I mean, I don't actually know if I'm ready for it, but are we ever really ready for that? I'm not one to say. It would be nice to be in a relationship again, though. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say about that right now. I have to think about others, I've gone through some stuff in the last couple of years, as we all have, thanks to the old pando. I don't know. I don't know what the future holds. When you think you have things figured out, the life comes along to tell you don't. And I can't see myself in a relationship anytime soon. It's not that I don't want one. It's just that I don't know that I am emotionally available for one. And I don't want to put anybody through. I don't want to submit anybody to something that wouldn't be completely honest, if that makes any sense. I would love to be in a relationship, but I know that I still have more work to do on myself. But I guess eventually I'll have to face facts that I'll be working on myself until they put me in the ground. Except I'm going for cremation. I don't want to be in the ground. Don't do that. Don't put me in the ground. Cremate me when I'm gone. I don't want to be stuck on the ground. I like to travel too much. Don't want to be stuck in one place forever. But I think, the fatigue I get right now because of the constant medication. Thanks, Danielle. Yeah, you're right, Jen. Evolve or perish. And I would love to be in a relationship. I really would. But I don't know that. I really don't know that I'm ready for it. And I don't. And by that I mean it's not like ready to have somebody in my life. I'm certainly ready for that. I don't know if I am capable of being emotionally there for somebody else. I don't know if I'm capable of being emotionally vulnerable for somebody else right now, or to, or with, or, the complication that lies in. I'm very open to talk. I can sit here and pour my heart out, and that's not at all difficult for me to do. But I find when in a relationship trying to have a conversation of this nature, it just doesn't seem to go so well. And I don't know why that is. Maybe it's because as men we're not expected to be in touch with our emotions. Maybe that's a larger societal issue. I don't know. I mean, maybe you could let me know if you know. If you know the answer to that one, I'd love it, because I don't have it. But I've strayed a little off course here this evening. I want to get back to what I was talking about. And the reason I decided to talk this evening was or my topic of discussion this evening was how your physical health, when it is going through, uh, well, allergies aren't an illness, but they present themselves as an illness. They feel like an illness because you feel miserable all the time. It's much like having a head cold for 2 months. And when your physical well-being is diminished, it makes it difficult for your mental well-being to not follow suit. And I think it's just because you're just physically run down and you don't have the energy necessary to work at being mentally healthy, because it does take up a lot of my energy to try and be happy, and I know that nobody's meant to be happy 24/7, 365. That's ridiculous. We all have ups and downs. That's not what I mean when I say happy. I mean happy with life. You could still have a bad day, but still be happy with life. You could go through a bad breakup and still be happy with life and be happy to be here. And I find that takes effort. Sometimes it can be exhausting. And when you're physically run down, that emotional effort you need to put forth to lift yourself up emotionally and make yourself happy by taking stock in all of the wonderful things that you do have, expressing gratitude for what is good in your life. That emotional inventory, if you will. It's difficult to do that when you're just zapped of all your physical energy. You just might not have very much emotional energy left. At least, that's certainly been my experience. Perhaps it's different for you. I don't know. Breathing does help. And I know that sounds silly, and I've said it, 100 times, but breathing helps. And not just the autonomic nervous system breathing to keep your body alive, but breathing with purpose. Deep breathing. Breathing with the purpose of making yourself feel better. Whether it's from an anxiety attack and you need to calm your nerves, or you're feeling very desperate, in a state of despair and loneliness. If you can calm your mind enough to remember to breathe deeply with purpose, breathe in, hold it for a few seconds, and let it out. It's amazing what 10 or 15 deep cleansing breaths will do for your body and mind. It will help to calm you, but it will also lift you up. It's the same thing with laughter. When you laugh, your body responds and releases chemicals that make you physically feel better. Even when the laughter is faked, the same chemical reaction occurs. See, the thing about the human body is we can cheat it and get the same results as if it were real. Deep breathing exercises, some vigorous exercise, cardio, preferred to get the heart rate up. That can help you to calm yourself. Once the blood gets pumping, the body feels better because endorphins get released. I'm sure you've heard of the people talk about runner's high. It's just a massive release of endorphins from exercise. Hack your brain. That's right. Oh, that's from CBT. I did not know that, Danielle. Thank you. It's something I've been doing for a long time, but I didn't know what it was from. Irony of ironies. Here, I was actually giving out good advice. Go figure. I don't know a whole lot, but I can speak about my experience and, how I've managed to stick around for 54 and a half years. Actually, it's more than 54 and a half. I'll be 55 in July, so it's getting there. One of the things that I discovered was, well, I can't get too philosophical here. We are short on time, and I'll save some of that for the next episode every Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Eastern Standard in the autumn and winter. I will continue to do this for as long as I can, knowing that it does help some of you, and I really do appreciate you letting me know that it's been helpful. Because it's the reason I do this. It's the one way I can give back. See, allergies. It's not like I can donate a lot of money to charity. I can't do that. And I find that trying to get involved in the community, I do as much as I can, but I don't have a lot of free time. So, Monday evenings are reserved for you beautiful people. I'll spend this 30 to 45 minutes, 30 minutes today, chatting with you and letting you know that I'm here to try and help you in any way I can. And if my buddy once said, dulcet tones help you in any way, and the words that I speak can help you to feel a peaceful relaxation, maybe a deeper sense of well-being, well, then I've succeeded, because that is what I've set out to do. I just hope that I can help as many people as possible, and this is the only way I think I can reach a number of people, is to sit here and broadcast to the planet. Now, where this gets viewed, I have no idea. I don't look at the stats because they don't interest me. I don't do this for that. Was it something that was said in an interview we conducted recently? The giving is the best thing you can ever do. And when you give, whether it's emotional support, financial support, physical support, whatever it is you can give, when you give, I think you'll find that you'll get more from it than the person you give it to, whatever it is you give. Your time, your friendship, if you're just a shoulder to lean on, someone to talk to, someone to comfort, you will get more from it than that person will. And that's been my experience. And I hope you have that experience too. Remember to breathe with purpose. Breathe in for 4, hold for 7, breathe out for 8. It will help you a great deal. And with that, my friends, I'm going to bid you adieu, because I have to free up the space on the network for my friend James. If you want, you can surf on over to Crier Media and watch his show there, or you can follow it on his YouTube channel, Blackballed. I will, of course, for those of you who follow the political show, I'll be on tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. And for those of you who just want to be here for this show, and You do remember that this channel is designed for anybody who wants to come in and wants to find comfort and community. There are no politics here. There is no religion here. We park that at the door, and we discuss how we're feeling with one another. It's a small community that we want to use to support one another. And with that, I bid you adieu. You beautiful people, take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon. Bye.